to the Roundtable, episode 63. I am Jen, and I'm going to bring up our other host. Tonight we have a guest co-host, and I'm so excited to finally be meeting, I say in person, but you guys know what I mean, right? Video person. But we have Big D on the show tonight, and let me just say thank you guys for giving me grace for being out last week. I was not feeling well, and I think Fred was under the weather as well. So a lot of us were going through it, but you guys showed a lot of love in a post that I put up, and I really love and appreciate you. So thank you for that. And let's get started. Let's get into the topics. I see a lot of people in the house already. What's good, Spanx, Carlos? So let's see, we got a lot of people in here. Randy, Jean, Debbie, good to see everyone. Let's get this started then. Let me bring in the other lady of the show. Here she is, Mrs. Hello.
Hey, hey,
How are you? How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Are you better this week?
Oh my gosh, so grateful to be feeling better. Today's the first day that I can say I felt like I think I'm feeling it.
Right on. That's good. Yeah, it's going around.
Bring in our other co-host. He's always a surprise, but he always shows up. So let's bring in Mr. Two-Face Entertainment himself.
Hey guys.
Hey Fred, how are you?
Hey Fred.
Good. Welcome to the chat too though. Hey, how you guys doing? Good?
Yeah, doing good, much better.
Good to see you, Jen. Good to see you doing good. Hey Denise, good to see you too as well.
Same here. Hope
And
you're
thank you for calling too the other day when I was totally out of it. As you can hear me when I was talking to you, I was like, yeah.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah. No, thank you guys so much. It's good to see you guys.
Everybody's healthier. And
you know what? My daughter is sick right now, and I'm hoping it's not the you-know-what, because I heard it's going around again right now.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever take a test for that, or you just toughed it out?
I just toughed it out. I didn't take a test for it at all. Like, I just kind of just rolled it out, you know.
I'm sure you had it.
Yeah, it's pretty, I mean, the way I saw it, it just adds to the whole thing. I mean, I'm quarantined anyways as it is, so I'm like, I'll tell you guys later on in the show when we get rolling here. So, but yeah.
So I don't see him on the camera, but I'm going to bring him up. Maybe he's waiting to make a surprise. Let me bring him up. This is the one and only Big D.
Hi, Debbie.
Welcome.
There he is. I'm going to the hour.
Welcome,
everybody. How you guys doing? What's up? Good evening.
We're good.
Good.
Welcome to the Roundtable.
Right. That's what I was going to say too, man. Thank you, Jen, for having me. Thank you guys for having me on the Roundtable. I think it's my second time. It used to be called LA Times before. You know what I mean? And everybody who came by, man, that's been a host or been guest, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat. What's up?
That's right. Look, we got here our brother right here tapping in. Saludos, Jen, Denise, Fred, and Big D. We got our brother House Tunes sending you love and prayers, and we will catch up soon. So that's what's up. Yeah. I like that picture. I like that picture. So let's just kick it off with our weekly recap of what we did. Sis, I'm going to start out with you, and we'll just go in that order. What did you do this last week? Is there anything entertaining or exciting that you did, Denise?
Let me see. Shoot, not much. Took my mom Saturday out to eat breakfast and poor my mom. She got sick, so she's sick right now. But when she gets sick, she gets really sick. So just keep my mom in prayer. And I didn't do anything. We didn't do anything really because we're going to the Cowboy Ram game on Sunday.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. So the preseason game, we're gonna head over there to SoFi Stadium and have a little fun.
All right, that's exciting.
That's what's up. Okay. So I'll have to talk about that next week.
Yeah, football's back, man. Football's back.
Yeah. That'll be to hear about for sure. All right. Big D, what did you do this last night in the misses?
That's what I haven't been doing, man.
Oh
So,
my gosh, I know.
Okay.
you know,
All
you
right,
know, I was
tell
just
us.
keeping. Yeah, I've been keeping myself active. I've been shooting out some videos. What I've been doing, my daily activity, going lives. You know, just in the water, man. It's hot.
Yeah.
So this is the way I like to manifest myself. Is just like, hey, man, utilize, something that's really local up in the mountains. You know, people don't realize how much, it just takes like $5 or $10 just to get up there and just have a beautiful day. So I've been out there just hanging out with family and friends, social media friends, and loving Grace out there. And just this weekend we just came back from the mountains again, and Didi was with us. No, shout out to Didi, and also Keisha. Keisha was able to bring her family, and man, on Sunday I haven't been out there in the weekend, but it was packed, man. But you just got to do like everything else, just make your spot in age. I'm here too, So
Yeah.
just a little bit of this, man. Just working on my channel, and keeping up with current affairs, our daily matters, politics, and everything else that I tell people a lot of times. I live in reality, man. So
Yeah.
other people have a different way of living, but the concept's there, man. So it's right in front of our face. So that's the way you handle it.
I like that. What's up? Yeah, the spot that you guys were at, like in one of the photos you posted, oh my God, this area we have here.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about, Fred? Sir, you know the area we have
Oh, yeah.
where the creek is real shallow and you can just chill right there. Beautiful.
Yeah, because I've been up there as well. My bad. I'm sorry. I've been up there a couple of times too, up north, and man, all California is beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, yes. We take it for granted a lot of times.
Yeah,
Right?
it's pronounced it's spelled sur, but it's pronounced sir, right?
Yeah.
Just so nobody gets confused there.
I know.
I hide my hat, huh? I hide my hat. You know what I mean? Like,
No, but people are like, yeah, I don't get it. I was like, yeah, look, yeah, walking around with a nice shirt, that you bought at Pebble Beach or something. Like, hey, what the hell? No.
Yeah, God willing, I'm supposed to be going to Bass Lake. We usually make that once a year. Us family and friends, we go camping up there.
Oh,
And
nice.
so we're gonna go out there, just hang out, and hopefully I could just do some content on that too, because that as well is up in the Sierras, like an hour away from Fresno. So we go out there, and we've got family members already reserving the spot. So if we can't, there's other ways we could do, because sometimes I have Monica and she wants to glamp it instead of camp it. She wants to come back down and take a shower and stuff and go back up. So, but hey, whatever works,
Yeah.
Right. That's good. What a blessing to get out there and be doing something in nature. I love that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Ed, I know you're recovering like myself, but let's hear about your week last week. You made
Well,
it.
for me, before anything happened, I'll put you guys at this. There's a whole lot of movies involved, due to me getting sick and having to be quarantined. So, well, first of all, the week before, I went out with my friend and I. We went to go see was it Long Legs with Nicolas Cage, that horror movie or whatever it was, like Long Legs. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was all right. It was pretty good. It's a little creepy there, but it was remind me of Silence of the Lambs kind of deal.
Oh, damn.
Then I got really sick. I think I started getting sick Saturday, Sunday. Then it was just from there on. I just got really, really, really bad to where I texted you, Jen, and I was like, man, I think I'm gonna make it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Then thank you, Denise, for calling as well. That we talked on that Tuesday, I think it was,
Yeah.
and I was just bad. But then as the days went on, I got better. My son got sick as well, I think on Thursday. So then we ended up being home like all weekend. We watched Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. We watched Bad Boys by the Guy. We watched a whole bunch of stuff. The new stuff. I forgot something else. So it's been good so far. And then yesterday, you know what? Yesterday I got to picked up the house a little bit, got everything going, and just felt better a little bit. I'm still congested here and there.
Yeah. Sound a little.
And I was done, and I said, man, I said, you know what? This was yesterday. I went to the movies here. I went to go see that Deadpool and Wolverine movie. So I went by myself. I was like, I'm gonna go check it out. So
Oh,
yeah, I
nice.
went enjoying it. Went, got up, went grocery shopping, came home. Cool.
Fred, I don't mean to cut you off. So were you
Yeah.
diagnosed with COVID? Is that what they diagnosed
No,
you?
I didn't even check. I didn't even check, brother. I just
Familiar with the symptoms?
well, yeah, it was just a really bad flu. I didn't lose my sense of smell or taste or anything. It was just like a real bad flu, but it just like really kicked my butt, man. Like it really like
It is, yeah, it is going around right now. I know two
yeah.
people, co-workers on that they just caught it, and so right
Man.
now it's out there. COVID's real.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what?
for sure.
You know what's funny though? I was with a friend of mine on Thursday. We went to the movies and stuff, and they didn't catch it. Nobody else got it. Just me.
Wow.
That was weird, you know.
Immune systems work differently now because a lot of us were diagnosed with COVID. So depending on the immune system, it's just we could fight it now. Some of us take shots. It's just crazy, and some of us
Yeah,
the body's just it's just crazy. The
Yeah.
reception of it is just crazy.
exactly. But you know what? I caught it once in its in its prime. You know when it first hit.
Yeah.
Oh, let me tell you, that was a whole different experience. So this was nothing compared to that. I mean, I literally the first time was like in 2020 or whatever.
Right.
I really felt like, man, if this is it, this is the time. I felt that bad. I was like, man, I was just like,
With
you
everything
know,
that's happening right now, yeah, you'll be good. You could go home with a clean slate.
right? The only thing I was thinking was like, man, these people are gonna outlive me and they hate me. They're gonna be happy. But anyway, no,
Dang.
All the more reason to stay alive, Fred.
right,
Despite-
right.
I'm glad you're feeling better, bro. Yeah. Keep
Yeah,
hydrating. Eat oranges. We can eat oranges. A lot of vitamin C, bro.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, no, definite. So
Also,
I stay
yeah.
hydrated and just get everything going. And
Also,
I'm fine. It's just a little congested here and there, but yeah, we're good now. We're good now. My son took it like a champ. Next day, he was good. He was just like, it was just kind of a 1 day thing for him. But he's 21, so it's like, oh
Those
well,
youngsters,
you know.
those damn youngsters.
Yeah, I know. It's like I hate you right now. I hate you right now. No, no,
We lose our smell, we lose our taste, and they're just like,
I know, right? I was like, man, but no, I mean, so far everything's good, guys. I got to like again. Oh, I seen the other movie I saw was Maxine. It's a trilogy. It's a trilogy film. It's a third part in the film. So yeah, I saw those. I saw we saw a whole bunch of movies. We got to sit down and watch movies together. So we're here. So I mean, we made the best of it. Things are what they are, and then you roll with however you can.
yeah, that's all you can do,
Well,
right?
that was cool. Yeah.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, but other than that, it was good. I mean, like I said, we just got past it, and that's it. So
Glad you're feeling better. Yeah, House of Tattoo said the new strain of C is called Mert. I lost my
right.
taste and smell, and now I still can't taste or smell. No good. That's crazy.
Wow. See, I didn't, none of that happened to me though. But if it's called flirt, I mean, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, Debbie. Yeah, I saw the bike riders. I actually got it already too though.
Yeah,
I ordered it too as well. So, um,
is that what it's really called? Flirt?
I don't know. Is that true?
Oh,
How
that's cool. I have to go Google that. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
what's that? I
House-
didn't enjoy it.
I never heard of that, man. 'Cause
I know. Yeah, I had heard of it that it was called flirt, and let me tell you guys this much: I sure didn't enjoy that. I wasn't flattered at all.
I didn't attract it. I didn't try to attract that.
All right, I was like, I'm cool.
I ain't flirting with that.
Look at
Man, I'm
that.
cool.
Okay, so House of Tattoo says yes, that's what it's called.
Wow.
Yeah,
I wonder
yeah,
why.
I heard about that, man.
That's why.
And I hope you get better, brother. I hope you get better, man. House.
Sorry, Fred. I hope
Eddie.
it worked out for you.
Hi,
Oh,
Eddie.
I'm good. I'm good. Hey, what's up, Betty? In the house, yeah.
Jojo AZ and Jojo LB.
We got the JoJo's in the house.
Jojo.
Yeah, thank you guys. Please make sure to hit the like so everybody knows we're live, you guys, and we can get this on and popping for you. So my week was kind of like you said, Fred. I was down and out. I didn't have the vid, but I did have a flare up with my lupus, and it had me
Oh, man.
down and actually in the bed for several days at a time. And I'm just so grateful today. Today was actually the first day I was able to get up and like get dressed, put some makeup on. And I'm gonna do a video about it, but I hadn't got a real bad flare up like that in a couple years.
Mhm.
It just checked me, it checked me and reminded me of a time where there was a time where I was sick for like 3 years straight, and it really scared me that it was going to happen like that again. So I'm just so grateful to God that I was able to get up today and I'm be here with all of you guys.
Right. I don't mean to get in your business, but I see you post that a while back. What is that, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, lupus is like an autoimmune disease. It's not contagious. It's nothing like that. There are studies that are done that say it can be like passed down, from maybe your mother or father, which I believe because my mother has it as well. But it's basically like my immune system is compromised. So you can have it in different forms. I've seen women who get it and have it on their skin, like their skin gets really beaten up by it. Women and men get it that it attacks your internal organs and they actually can die from it.
Wow.
And then for me, I've mostly gotten the form of it where I have extreme pain. Like it's like the rheumatoid arthritis as well. So I get a severe pain and my hands kind of cramp up, my legs, and headaches.
Your Ritzy's daughter got diagnosed with that?
God bless you.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I read like your comment the last time, and I'll keep you in our prayers. I'll make sure we in love and grace keep praying, because it sucks, man, being sick. So you should do a video. I think bring awareness and stuff like. Wow, because I didn't know that. I think that would be pretty smart.
I think I will. I kind of pushed it off for a long time because I thought, no, nobody wants to hear about that. It's just depressing. You know what I mean? Who wants to know? But maybe it's informative and it would give people an idea of like, this is kind of what life is like every day. It's not always.
Yeah, because you don't know what other people are experiencing either. So you might give them, the little updated diagnosis and like, wow, I might have this. Go get yourself checked. So
you're right. Right. There was that one in the comments of that post, and I should have wrote it down, but somebody had mentioned they caught on to it and they mentioned they had chronic pain. So
wow.
Definitely appreciate that.
Awareness is good, man.
Yeah, sure. It's good to know,
Yeah.
So there's a lot. It's not just COVID that's out there. Now they got pills for like HIV. Back in the 80s, used to die from AIDS and all that. So
more commercials for that.
Right, and they're still displaying all their other moralities and all that, saying it's okay now because we got a pill. So about it. So branding is, it's crazy, man. If you can have a source to it, like another reason why to do it, then you're gonna do it.
Yeah. Well, you said about the pill thing. You got what's up, Cholo? Welcome, brother. You have Magic Johnson. You see him, he looks great. I mean, for somebody who's positive, And then you have Flavor Flav, who's not positive, but looks terrible.
That's because of crack.
And then
he's Flavor Flav.
What the heck? Like,
what was that?
Easy E? Didn't he die?
No, Flavor Flav is still alive, man.
I think she said Easy E. Yeah, Easy E.
Easy E. That's what I'm saying. There was a lot of victims.
You guys hear me, or did I freeze?
It's a little bit delayed, I think. That's why it's hard.
I got to meet Easy E like 2 months before he passed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I got to meet him about 2 months before he passed. Shook his hand and everything, and it was like he seemed normal. I mean, he didn't look. He didn't. I was fortunate to meet him. Yeah. I shook his hand and everything. I was like, wow.
That's crazy. Life can hit you at any time.
Right? No. Yeah. Yeah, I was fortunate enough to shake his hand, and
Did he
I
look
don't know,
sick
the
though?
guy his size. He was a small little guy. I'm not a tall person. I'm like 5'6", and he was
Yeah.
shorter than me. And I was like, man, like this. The first thing that came to my mind, and I won't take too much of that. I've said it before. Was like, man, Dr. Day's got to be at least 6 feet. This guy talks a lot of trash. Like wow. But I was like kind of starstruck. Like wow,
Oh,
this
I
is
heard, I
unique. But it was cool. I mean, he was a cool dude, man. He was super cool, super humble. Like it was awesome to meet him. Well, I took a picture. My friend dropped the camera, so we don't have a picture to that. It's just kind of like, well,
great
we
connection.
dropped the camera back
Did
Great.
he
then.
look sick though when you met him?
The one up?
Did he look sick when you met him?
No, no, not at
Wow.
all. I seen him at the car show. We were at a car show, and I made my way to the center, and I was looking around like, what's everybody all wilding out about? Like, and he was right in front. My friend tapped me on the shoulder. He's right there. He was right in front of me. I didn't even see him. I was looking over his head, like, what's
Oh,
everybody all excited about? And he was like right there. He's a little guy, but super cool, man. Super cool dude.
R.I.P. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
I've gone to his grave as well. I've got to see that. I've gone over there and I took my family and stuff. Yeah, so it was cool.
nice.
You're part of that. That's what you follow, huh, Fred? You follow like music and all that.
Yes,
Yeah.
a lot of the stuff. I follow a lot of different genres too, though. But yeah,
He's
like
a
I
rapper.
even
Hear him rap. Oh my god.
oh, yeah, no, that's a whole other ballgame. But I even like Tom Petty and like the Traveling Wilburys. I don't know if you heard the Traveling Wilburys where they had the Roy Orbison, Tom Petty, uh,
I know.
Jeff Lynne of ELO, yeah, and George Harrison and Bob Dylan. They made a super group out of the five guys, and there's a
Yeah,
Bob Dylan movie coming out
they,
too.
they've been
Right
a
on.
group before. Yeah.
Yeah, so I listen to all that, I listen to all that stuff too. Though some people are like, "What for real?" I said, "Yeah, I listen." I just
Yeah.
love music in general.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how I have a wide variety of music I like. But
Yeah, that's what brings people together, man. Like besides food,
Music,
music.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah,
for
definitely.
sure. Well, let's just jump right into it, and we'll just chop it up like we do. It looks like was it today that Kamala Harris announced her running mate for vice president,
Yep.
Oh yeah.
and I really hadn't heard much about him until today.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if any of you guys have anything to share on that. But what do you
Yeah,
think?
she had four guys to pick, from, but she picked this guy. His name's Tim Waltz. I did a little bit of history on him, a little bit, but he's from Minnesota. He was governor from Minnesota, and mind you, I mean, he's a Democrat. To Democrats, whatever. He is the one that passed that law to put tampons in the boys' bathroom. He's also for gender change. He's not, to me. I don't think that's good. Like, I'm not down with that. But she's crazy herself. So just my opinion. She doesn't have a lot of she don't have a lot of things in place right now that she's promising the people. She's kind of going along with whatever Biden's doing and whatnot. So we have to wait to hear where she stands on things. But I know that she's crazy, man. She don't even know how to talk. I thought I was bad. She don't even know how to finish a sentence right.
Yeah.
Like she's saying what's up's down and what's down is around and what's down. Oh, today's tomorrow and tomorrow's tomorrow. I was like, what? So she's a fool.
I've seen a few videos like that, but I didn't know, like, was that really her, or did somebody
No, yeah.
use that?
Oh, yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
She
Wow.
laughs at everything that's not even funny. It's like what? Like just weird. He's 60 years old, which is older. I mean, we're talking he's going to be 64. Like that's not.
He's not Biden's age, but
Yeah, he's not Biden's age, but him and Kamala are like 6 months apart. They're both the same age, is what I heard. And then, it's just like, he let the George Floyd riots go on for a while. He didn't send anybody in there to
That
stop.
was the city, right? That all of that.
Yeah.
There was like, did they take
didn't
over
send
the
in-
or something?
Huh?
did they take over like the police station there or
Yeah,
something
to
like
that,
that?
yeah, to that day,
That was in Minneapolis, right?
to that day, that police station is shut down to this day. So they want to defund the police department. That's a perfect example of them defunding the police department. You know, when all that Floyd thing happened, you know, I mean, he was there. They didn't call the National Guard to protect, you know, businesses and properties, and therefore,
Right.
so you know, he has a different narrative. Which these, you know, these other people, like there's a certain these women. What do they call the ones that are against? You know, they're pro-Palestinian, pro. Like Denise was saying, you know, I'm just piggybacking on what she says. You know, this guy's pro, you know, I mean, letting guys, you know, teenagers you know, change their sexuality and all that.
Yeah.
So it's a narrative that's just going on. I don't know who's worse, to tell you the truth, Gavin Newsom from California or him. You know, one lives in reality, the other one's trying to make it like that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, these they're all taking away. You know, they're letting these people come. You know, these I hate to say illegal aliens or however you want to call them. They're not just Mexicans anymore. There's
No,
people
not
that
even.
are coming over the border.
Yeah, no, they're from freaking China and
They
stuff.
got Chinese coming over here. They just got some Chinese people the other day. You know what I mean? Shipping gold. You know, we had Chinese balloons flying around, you know, the country in the last couple of years. You know, it's just Kamala Harris hasn't even made a statement. She hasn't went public. You know, there's just so much things that are happening. It's just crazy. But yeah, I heard of that.
Yeah.
This guy's everything that Denise said. He's just no good.
Yeah, there's some people that, you know, are saying everything like you said, Denise, and like you mentioned, Big D, and then there's some people that I watched a few little short videos before we started, and they were saying like, "Oh, this was a smart move. This is like what did they say? This is like the pit bull she needed because this guy he's known for his he can battle somebody like in a debate. I guess he's very good at it.
Trump are going to go head to head, and you know, they're going to just rumble it out when they talk.
Yeah, well, we don't even know how that's even going to happen because they can't debate. You know what I'm saying? They don't know this. You know, Kamala wants this place at this time. You know, Trump deserves. He already went to the CNN, the other side, and gave his debate. Why not do it on this side? I mean, that's why they changed the whole, you know, presidency in less than 2 months. People, we have seen a lot of stuff. The change and the transition, the motion has just changed, and you guys got to make a decision if it's benefiting you or not. Because for most people, I live in reality again. You know what I mean? My gas price is still high in California. Mortgage, rent, everything. I live in reality. Like I tell you, man. You know? Thank God, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that, you know, there's 2 or 3 incomes that you probably need, you know what I mean, these days to make it in certain parts of the country.
That's right.
So it's just like, you know, everything is, you know, the thing just crashed, right?
Yeah.
The Dow just crashed, worst ever. The last 4 years, who's been taking control of the presidency has been Biden and Kamala, and you hardly even said they call her the border czar. You know what I mean? When she let about almost 15 million people in, you know, that we probably don't even know. So I see it at the gym. When I go to the gym, it's crowded now. All you see, I mean, like I said, I live in reality. All I see is a bunch of, you know, nationalities in there, and I say it ain't wrong. But it ain't wrong, you know what I'm saying? But they're feeding these people, giving them grants, giving them money when you can't even take care of our homeless people on our local streets and all this.
Exactly.
Kamala Harris is from California. What she did to the DA and everything, she was a bad district attorney. She didn't do nothing for us. And look at San Francisco is horrible right now. You know what I'm saying?
And I know you guys know the way she got up to where she's at.
Well, they said it was a booty call. It was a booty call and something else.
I mean, that's just something that came out, and it's not for us to judge, but it's reality, like you said, Big D, and it's what we know as people that, you know, how she got up there. But this guy is just he's just as bad as her, you guys. Like if they win,
the squad. What's her name? The Mexican, they're all in. They're all plotting it together. If you ain't for them, you're against them. That's literally what they're saying.
Yeah, and not to mention he was in the army. Somebody, I think Darlene said something, but he was in the army, and before they were going to ship him out to Iraq, he bounced.
Hey, I don't know you guys no more.
It was like, what?
Her choice, you're saying?
Yeah. Because, you know, I think they try to measure up with what Trump's doing, right? He picked some guy from the military. He has a great story. You know, came from filth rags to riches. You know, he made himself, went to college. A lot of us have, you know what I'm saying?
He was a football coach. He was a
football player, all that, you know what I'm saying? And he should have a lot of pride. I know the Bible says pride comes before a fall, but there's a way, you know what I mean, to do your pride. You know, tell people that you come out of poverty and make changes in your life. Nobody's perfect. Even in his young career as being a senator or whatever he was against Trump from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
You know, people change their opinions, man. People are now, like they say they voted for Kamala Harris. Now they say they're not going to vote for her. You know what I mean?
Right.
People
Yep.
change.
Yeah.
That's why I tell you, I don't go by facts. You know what I mean? I go by, the truth, because facts change all the time.
I mean, do you guys want tampons in your boys' bathroom? Like what?
We have no need for them though. We have no need for them there. They don't belong here.
My nephew, and he's barely going to turn 13. He told me, Auntie, we have those things in the bathroom, and I'm like, what?
It's just going to be more.
That's right here. That's in Orange County in LA.
I have to ask, just what was this blows my mind. What was the purpose in having those in a boy's bathroom?
Well, it is that they have what do you call that? They got a motive, right? They're trying to go. They have a genre. They already have their mindset. So basically, I understand what they're trying to say, but it's in a wrong narrative, right? Like, oh, we all come together. We call all, you know what I mean? Come as you are, acceptance. If you want to change, it's like, why can't I accept you now? You know what I'm saying? Like, why don't you accept yourself now? You know, why you got to make the changes? Yeah. Why you got to do that? But I understand, because they're just trying to make us think like, hey, if people want to do what they want to do, let them do it. But where's right from wrong at? You know what I mean? Having a tampon in a boys or in the women's restroom, boys using the kids' restroom. I mean, come on, the gender's wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Was right. Gavin Newsom, remember that law he passed about not informing the parents about what gender their child wants?
That's what Governor Newsom just did over here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he said, like, you know what I mean? If you're in a high school and you feel like you want to identify, with whatever you want to identify with, and if you're having problems at home, where your parents are saying like, hey, you could go, I would say, talk to, the counselor, the teachers, and all that, and then they can hide all that privately and everything, sex change, all that, without the parents even being consented and knowing. So there's a lot of like, who are they really trying to change? You could change a young kid's mind, but in 10 years, how the hell is he gonna know that he made a bad mistake? And then what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You guys, I don't know if you, Jen,
you're not making sense, but they're putting that narrative. It's just like, hey, let it be, let it be. Yeah. We use the rainbows, all the colors.
I mean, I don't know, Jen. I don't know if you went through the stage, but I did. I was a tomboy. You know what I mean? Like, I love to wear jeans. I like to play baseball. I like boy stuff. It doesn't mean I'm a man. Like, we go through that phase, you guys, and that's for everybody. Yeah, I mean, guys don't want to be girls. I don't think they have that as same as us. But I know that a lot of girls were tomboys. They like to be tomboys.
But you know what the problem is there, though, guys? I mean, look, one thing I will say, it's like, there's always been that, well, I won't say it like that. I grew up with people since we were all kids, and one of the kids out of the whole bunch was just a little bit different. But that was who he was, or who he is.
Yeah.
Since then, he wasn't convinced into like, hey, check it out. You can do this. He was already that. And I know it happens to women as well. Whatever. He already had that, and he grew up to be, and I'll say it, homosexual.
Yeah.
It's fine, but he's always been that way.
Yeah.
He's always been that way. But when you're enforcing it to kids, like it's a cool thing. Like, hey, check it out. It's cool to wear a dress, guys. Yeah. It's like, no, you're pushing an agenda on somebody. Yep. You're trying to make it right. It's becoming a fad. They want to get people to get into that, and I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that because, hey, check it out. Like, I mean, I'm a heterosexual man. I don't go around telling everybody, hey, check it out. Look it. I'm trying to bring awareness because I'm a heterosexual man. It's like what you do behind closed doors is your business.
Yeah. Or even if you say, yeah, you're right. If you come out and just say I'm a straight guy, people get offended at you now.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean by that? Like, your muscality, and you think you're all macho. Like, nah, that's the way I was made. You know what I'm saying? Genetically, men and women are different. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
and all that, but you still can't do what women do, and you still can't do what men do.
Right. Exactly. Well, and I'll say this, guys. I mean, and I'll say it really. People may disagree with it, but it really came in within the last 4 years. It really took a turn
Yeah,
in the last 4 years. It came in strong. Like it's
yeah.
like wow, dude.
It's
Like
open
this is
now.
not
Like,
cool.
yeah, it's a reality. You know what I'm saying? It's a reality now. You know, it's like Debbie said though. You know what I mean? These kids, we got to give them a chance. See, we don't talk about other stuff. How these people, some base. You know what I mean? How things happen to them at a young age. You know what I mean? Violations in the home, in the closet, and all that, and everything else. So you know they're turned off to. You know what I mean? The gender that offended them or violated them or something like. There's so many. You know other ways how people just turn and change because people don't. They're not born like that. Like hey, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're just like
yeah,
you know
yeah,
some sense of their identity was violated or was just turned off and you know what I mean for that reason I hear this all I don't trust men, I don't trust women, I don't do this. So the other alternative, but you know what, even if you know, hey, shout out to the LGBT community, but you still have the same problems that I do.
yeah,
You know, that's a reality.
yeah. No, yeah, it is. It is.
I
It is.
say
Trump
that
can't
this
take.
year,
Trump can't. I don't know. I read Gasa's comment. Trump cannot take our voting rights away.
okay,
There's no
let's
way.
just sit on that real quick because I know what he's referring to, and I'm sure you guys do too. I did see that video clip, and I don't. I people have told me that he would have said that Trump didn't mean that literally. That he was just saying like, "Oh, let's just get us through right now. You won't have to worry about it." But then some people were saying, "No, he means Trump means literally you're not going to have to vote anymore." And I'm like, "Wait, how would that happen?" What
It's not going to happen.
I guess during the speech he said something, just vote this time, and after that you won't even have to vote anymore. But people were saying that was taken out of context. I don't
That's the
know.
same thing that the Democrats are saying. Vote for us one time and everything will be good.
Yeah,
I don't know. I
But
haven't been.
right now it's in full effect, man. That's what I'm saying. You know, right now is the world's in a big transition. The crash market just hit. There's
Yep.
war, rumors of war that are happening. You know,
Depression is coming.
Trump
The
was
word of
Trump was walking in North Korea. You know what I'm saying, when he was president. You know, straight gangster.
yeah,
You know, Trump got busted. Trump took his mug shot. You know what I'm saying? He's a straight gangster. You know what I mean? Like, hey, but it's just like they're since Trump's been around and since he's just trying to move a movement, his whatever his narrative is one thing that I know there's stability around the world. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the guy. A lot of times he stays things out of content. You know, he's just like everybody else. He's a politician. You know, in some sense, he's not a politician because he didn't go through those ropes. You know what I mean? He's just he made his money. Yeah, he made his money off of real estate. You know,
But he knows how to make the United States money.
You know,
He knows how to talk with other countries. That's how he's making us
he's a
money.
businessman. You know what I'm saying? And being American and life conducts all around business. Look at that boat there that just crashed in the Mississippi River, right? And they made a big old stop supposedly, like, man, the economy's gonna go down and this and that. It's just like it's just one ship, you know what I mean, of cargo. But it's just what the news broadcasts and puts out. So I don't want to use the word brainwash because we're all entitled to our own opinion. But you really, really got to look at what's really going on, man. You know, you got to like Trump for what he is, but what he stands for in America. You know, take another look at that, man, because.
I don't understand how people don't see what's going on right now. Like, I don't want high gas prices. I don't want growth. I mean, I paid 3-4 things at the store the other day, and I paid $75, and I was like, for what? What did I buy?
Well, you got gas prices at 3 what?
Yeah.
No, hell no, not in Orange County.
Oh.
In Orange County, you got 3 something. You said right now it's $3.99 where I'm at.
No, it's like 4 something over here in Orange
County.
County.
I thought you said it was 3 something. I'm like,
no. I spent $75 for 3 things at the market the other day.
Oh, hell yeah, dude, for
wow.
sure. And that's what type of they're trying to wipe out the middle class, man. Whether you're gonna put that,
I do feel like the middle class is something that, to me, it feels like it's something that's disappearing. Like gas prices right here in Galena, $6 for regular.
Yeah.
But ask me this, hey, House of Tattoos, ask me this: why do immigrants get to come over here and they get all their benefits while our homeless people, our military soldiers, what I mean, their back is turned the other way, bro. You go to Skid Row and they're going over there, but people coming from and it's not just Mexicans, bro. Isn't it? There's a lot of people coming from all over. Why don't they come through the front door instead of the back door? Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what? There is a video. There's a video. I think I sent it. Or you sent it to me, John. Somebody sent it. Or I sent it to you guys. I will say it and stuff. Where there's a video where they have a lot of people from different uh, ethnic groups coming in through the Mexican border. It's not just Mexicans. You know, a lot of them are from different parts of the world. You know,
Yeah.
and they found a way to get in, and I think that's the misconception that people have that it's like, oh, see, he's racist. It's like, no, people found a loophole to get in through there, so that's where they're gonna come through, and that's not cool. You know, that I don't agree with that either. You know,
Would you say that, Fred, when Trump was going through, remember he kind of spoke out of content when he said they're drug dealers and they're
oh
child
yeah,
killers and all that, right? He spoke out, but look what's coming over here. Have you seen the
Yeah.
yeah,
statistics of 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 people that have died already? You know how much
exactly.
more people that are going to come over here and die from these things? Because these people have nothing, and if you don't have really reservations, and money for them, they're in our country. They're going to wild out. And then we,
Exactly.
you know, we use our Second Amendment and then our other amendments, right? Rights to carry firearm and this and that. They want to take that stuff away too.
Yeah.
Now, how am I going to fight with this guy that's going to jump on my face and trying to attack my family? I mean, I'm going to use all resources still. It
Yeah.
don't always need to be a gun. I could use my knife or
Whatever it takes, you know. The two guns.
the muscles. I mean, choke somebody, rip their head off. You know?
But you know what? What's one thing, and this is going to take us into a bit of a different direction, guys. One thing that I do notice that a lot of people do not bring up, and I heard it straight from from Trump's mouth, is saying that if he comes into office, he's going to stop all males getting into females sports and stuff like that. He's going to change all that restrooms and all that stuff. I think that's a great thing over what happened, and I'll let Jen take over from here. Over what happened at the Olympics. I
Oh,
mean,
well, that part right there, I will speak on, and my opinion is, I feel like that is something that does need to happen. I have 4 daughters, 2 sons. Would I want them competing in the same sport against each other? No, I would like a fair playing field. I don't think that's asking too much. Recent events that happened at the Olympics, I know most of the video and pictures somehow has been washed or is being washed from the internet. They don't seem to want it to be seen now. And a lot of creators who did make videos and use clips of that fight, that boxing match, their videos were struck down and they were given a warning by YouTube for even using it.
Yeah.
So basically, if anyone is not seeing this kind of thing up, but what happened is there was a boxing match. There was a biological female, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, because I've heard all kinds of things, so I don't even know what to say. At first, I heard there was the person she was fighting was transgender, and then I heard that no, that they actually had some sort of genetic mutation that made her or him both male and female. I don't know what the actual situation was, but the original story was it was a transgender person that the biological female was boxing, and in seconds of that boxing fight, the biological female who has trained all her life said, "Stop! I have to stop." She said she felt it's not word for word. She felt her nose break. She knew it was broken, and she was crying and said, "I have been fighting and training my whole life, and I have never in my life been hit that hard." It basically, she was saying it rocked.
Oh yeah.
She had never felt anything like it.
Well,
43
it's a pro sport and it's very violent.
Yeah.
And when we come to reality genetics, a man is a stronger than a woman in most parts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's nothing to be disrespectful or anything. If you look at the beauty of it, women were created out of our ribs, out of creation. So God used the body part. I mean, that's what I believe in.
Yeah.
Man, God created first because He didn't want man or Adam to be lonely. He wanted companionship. So hey,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a piece off the big guy and make a duplicate, but in a different version, and He made beautiful women, man. So and within that margin, He also created seeds. So what's happening to me spiritually, the way I see it, is that there's a spiritual warfare. I'm just gonna come out straight. You know what I'm saying? It's good and evil, man. We're adults, right? Let's talk about it. We're adults here. You know what I'm saying? And God has designed it in a certain way where, you know what I mean, people try to reduplicate it, and somewhere people are the counterfeit. You know, you can't change people's identity. It's the way God gave you. You should love yourself. It's what's in the home and what's being taught and what's being, you know what I mean, preached and what's given to the household. That's what you're going to reciprocate, and that's what you're going to offspring is to be good, go to school, be a good person. Now, when you start, you know, putting, hey, well, you got to be like this and this, and that's making it a lot harder. You know, things are just have been happening, you know, with the COVID, you know what I mean, eliminating just so many things that have been happening in the last 20 years where it's just leading to like, hey, you really got to be close to the source.
Yeah.
You know, and that girl worked hard. She worked hard to get up to the Olympics. It's not, you know, it's not easy. There's a lot of things you have to go through to get there, you know.
To be an Olympic.
This guy looked like, I'm telling you guys, he looked like Kendrick Lamar from 49ers. He looked exactly like that fighter. I was like, what? Yeah.
Well, you know, I have 3 daughters, you know, and and a son. But if I saw, you know, my daughters work very hard to get up to something, say to the Olympics and anything, only to be, you know, beat by a male, you know, that identifies himself. I don't care if you know, look, and I know a lot of people aren't going to agree to that, but this is honestly how it is, in my opinion. I don't care if you're taking pills, if you're having a sex change or whatever. You were born a man. That's just the bottom line. That's just what it is. And I'll be darned if I let some dude just jump in and start beating on my daughter. Like, I'll be like, hey, you know what? This has got to change. You know, it's got to change. And again, you know, people get in their feelings about it because it's like, oh, you know, well, it's the presidents and this. It's not that, guys. It's the fact of the matter. What's happening to our children? Look at our that's somebody's daughter. That's somebody's sister. Can you imagine? I couldn't stand there.
That's touchable right there. You know, it's our kids. You know, because as adults, the way I see it, as adults, we've been used and abused already. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you end up in that life, the devil already has done his work with you already. He's after your kids. The Bible says it. Eh? He comes after the young generation. After the young generation. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. And that's why it's called generation curses. You know, we wonder why that. Oh, I came from an addiction of alcoholic. Why? Because my dad was an alcoholic. Oh, this was alcoholic. Okay, so it's a generation. Now they're trying to submit because there's a lot of violations that go on here. You know what I'm saying? Molestation. You know, kids come out because, you know what I mean, they've been somehow been converted. You know, how do you convert something? You know what I'm saying? You introduce them to something. You know what I'm saying? And now it's just like, man, what's being introduced? It's scary times right now, to tell you the truth, man.
No, yeah. Well, you know what? I dare say this, and this is one of the things that I took from. Well, shout out to Tony A. the Wizard. You know, I watch his show. I know some people are indifferent with that as well. It is what it is. He's a friend of mine, and I watch the show. But one thing he did say is that really caught my attention. Was he said, you know what? They're downplaying the male species here in America.
Yeah.
They're downplaying us. So what happens later on in life when that generation gets to be president and so on and so forth? They're weakening us out. They're giving us all weak by social media, by, you know, gender things. They're tearing us down. You know,
narrative. But let me tell you one thing too. Like, you know, a thing that was very disrespectful thing, I think, genuine. You guys were trying to go this way. Was even the introduction of the Olympics, bro.
Yes.
Trying to, you know what I mean, trying to copy, you know what I mean, Da Vinci, you know what I mean, old time, you know, painter, you know what I mean, knowing his history, knowing the roots of religion, spirituality, and stuff like that. And you know, the Picasso, you know what I mean, and they're trying to imitate. You can't imitate, you know what I mean, the Last Supper, you know what I mean. No. It was designed a certain way so it could be generated, because, you know, I believe that, you know, Jesus said, hey, drink this wine, this is of my blood, you know, break the bread, this is of my body. You know what I'm saying? So why would their narrative trying to include that? If you guys seen the whole thing, they even brought the white horse. If you want to go into Revelation and stuff, I don't think you guys are ready for this.
No, well, no, but I see what you mean.
want to preach
I
to you
totally
guys.
agree.
Listen, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
No,
No,
yeah.
yeah.
Be real on this bad boy. YouTube.
Yeah.
Hey, all I'm saying, YouTube is just like I love all communities, man. If you want to be LGBT, that's cool, but don't push your narrative on me or my kids.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's why us
That's
as parents need to keep our kids, just watch what they do, when they come home, what they say, how they act. Like we are the ones that need to educate our kids. You know what I mean?
See, here's the
I
other
don't have
side.
middlemen, but
That's true.
Here's the other side of it, though, guys. I mean, think about this. Say, for example, and it happens. It happens because there is. We tend to look at more of the female, but there is males, of course. But
Yeah.
let's just say in a relationship that's been separated, and the mom now is keeping the kids from the dad. But now those kids are going to school, and now they're being encouraged by whatever they want to be. And now not only is the mom turning the kids against you, but now you got the kids, the school turning them, and it's just a double thing. For again, it trickles down to a man. And I hate to sound like a male chauvinist pig, guys. It's not even like that, but it trickles down to just stripping us of everything. And I'm just speaking in general. I'm not trying to make
It's true. You're talking as a parent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of us as parents, we got to protect our families. Like Denise said, these are our children, not
Yeah.
your children. If I say no, that hey, let me evaluate my kids. But let's just be honest too, because I've been around a lot of little friends' house too, where the parents don't even give a crap. So somebody got to watch them, and that's why I'm saying you got to be careful what you do and how you raise your family and your kids. Man, I made a lot of mistakes, man. Don't make your mistakes again. Always try to rebound. The comeback's always better than the setback. You know what I'm saying? And right now they're trying to set us back.
Exactly.
Yes. I will definitely say, like, to touch on that, Vicky, I'm glad you brought that up. I didn't watch it, and I'm glad I didn't now, but I did see the videos and pictures after the fact, the opening ceremony of the Olympics. Basically, what they did is like a mockery of the Last Supper, where
Yeah, they introduced it. They introduced the horse too, the white horse. There's 7 horses, the Revelations, and all that. So you see all these leaders, right? The Olympic symbol, right? The Olympic symbols and all that, and you see them all right there. Throwing the paragon and all that. So that's what the Bible talks. The devil's gonna come God's gonna come like a thief in the night. You know what I mean? Because these are particular acts that they're happy. They think they could swing and get away with them when God knows everything, the Almighty. He knows when you're gonna made. He made you. You know what I mean? He knew you in your mother's womb. It says. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How much more are you gonna take back? You know what I mean? What God already has given to you. But it's not God's fault or their fault either. It's really in the household. You know what I mean? If you have kids, be responsible. I get it. I messed up myself. You know what I mean? We all have. Nobody's perfect. That was the whole purpose of Jesus coming down, another seed, and rewriting history because Adam and Eve didn't do it right. So hey, I'm saying I'm gonna bring my son. You know what I mean? Whoever believes in my son, and guess what? You have life forever. It's that simple. He went out, he determined it, came in the donkey, you know what I mean, into Jerusalem. Hey, I'm the Savior. They looked and laughed at religion killed, people say, oh, your religion. Bro, religion killed Jesus, bro. You know what I mean? I tell people I have a relationship with God, you know what I mean?
Right.
Period.
How says fact check Trump? Well, fact check him on the things that he's done for the United States.
That's true.
Not things he said, because we all said
he's not a politician.
We all fall short. We all fall short, and I mean,
forgive me. Yeah,
how many of your sins bigger than mine?
Forgive me, Denise.
Yeah, I think we should be fact checking everyone at this point.
You have to.
You can't just take our word for it.
Yeah, don't listen to me. Just go, research that thing for yourself.
Yeah, it's all there. Speaking of which, guys, I'll take it to I'll take a little bit of a different direction when you say that. Don't take my word for it. Go and check it out. It's out there. The other thing, and changing a little bit of gears here, guys, that Jen had brought, I had sent to her as well. We had talked about this again. Don't take my word for it. Is technology nowadays?
Yeah,
what's
actually,
coming?
That video you sent me, I was able to upload it. So let me play it real quick, and you can kind of talk.
Oh, shout out to Nino America as well.
Yes.
He's bad. I like him.
Shout out to Nino America. Okay, I think this is it right here.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That's just the beginning, What's his name wants to put in the Elon Musk. You don't know who's real, who's what. You don't know who's like, okay. So Everybody's waiting for that coming, right? The Bible talks about war, you know, the end times and all that, the famine. It's just like you got to be like, whoa, like you know, like.
But,
I mean, look at all these self checkouts already. You know,
but
Yeah,
again, yeah, you
there's
know,
no people anymore. It's
well, you
all
know what?
robotic.
A few years ago, what the people at fast food places said, we want $15 an hour, and they said, okay, we'll give you the $15. And then what happened?
Oh,
They
they
got
all
rid of everybody, you know, and see a lot. Here's my problem with that, with this situation going on with the technology right now, is that there's somebody that came out, and I have a friend, a very good friend of mine who I went to school with that works for Tesla, and he told me, he said that there's already been like 250 self-driving trucks shipped, you know, to different places, you know.
Yeah.
And people think like, oh, you know, you still gonna need drivers. Just say, you know what? I mean, it'll probably be that way for a little bit until they perfect it, and then
Yeah.
a human is obsolete. And the problem with that is that a lot of people, I this is just my opinion, guys, and I'll say it. I think people are too stuck on, oh, I'm trying to, live up. I'm trying to be rich. I'm trying to live up to a certain standard in life to be accepted on social media and whatnot. And yet, time is passing you by to where your job can be on the line.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, self-driving vehicles. You know, and people are not watching. Like Denise just said, you walk into a store, self-checkout. We say, "Oh no, it's cool," but there's still employees. I know one employee that used to work at Walmart for years. They got rid of him. Why? Because of self-checkout. So
Yeah.
we don't put together that, hey, they have like 8 or 10 self-checkouts. Well, that's 8 or 10 employees they got rid of because they only have 2 people standing there now. Hey, can I help you out? Go to that one over there. That's really it.
Right.
You walk into, for example, a McDonald's. You don't have 4 to 6 people taking your order now. You go into that big old app thing and you just, if you don't do it from your phone, and that's
Yeah.
it.
I
It
haven't
everything,
been
ain't no
inside
more.
McDonald's in so long. I was shocked.
Yeah.
I like legit tripped out. I haven't been inside in so long. I felt like I was like in a movie where the future had jumped forward.
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
I
like
was
a couple of decades, you know what I mean? Just move
yeah,
forward. You're like,
You know,
what the heck is
oh,
that?
oh,
Matrix? You know what I mean? Whoa, shoot.
and you
yeah,
know what, guys? I'll tell you guys one thing too, though. People say, well, we still need human interaction. We still need human interaction.
Yeah.
Okay, let's think about that. Think about that. We need human interaction. But look what we've been doing for the past, what, 15 years? We've been like this the whole time. I've
Yeah.
seen people in restaurants sitting across from each other like this the whole
yeah,
time, not paying attention to the other person beside them. So when you say, oh, well, we still need human interaction, they're going to be like, well, what are you talking about? We've been doing this without human interaction. Now, people don't believe this whole AI robotic world that's coming in. It's coming in a lot faster. They're saying that by 2026, it's
Yeah.
supposed to take over everything. Now you figure this, oh, that's impossible, this and that. But look at it this way: if you got an establishment, say again, and I'll use McDonald's as an example,
Yeah.
you because there's a couple of them already working just on AI alone. And they say, well, you know how much it's going to cost to fix a computer or if it
You know,
breaks
hey,
down?
Chris, before you go further, because I know what direction you're going,
Uh-huh.
let me tap in a little bit
Go,
because
go ahead.
artificial intelligence, people don't realize, like I said earlier, you guys don't realize like the stock market just crashed, man, like the worst ever.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to limit away money. Digital money is, I mean, Bitcoin and all that is here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It is here to stay. They're trying to take
yeah,
out that money, the paper money and all that, and somehow, what I mean, get that chip. You got the chip on the phone already, right? There's
yeah.
war with Taiwan. That's why China wants to invade Taiwan because they make most of the chips that are in our cars and our cell phones and all that. Everything's about propaganda, trying to take something. Just like the United States goes to war and takes oil from all these Middle Eastern countries,
Mhm.
have oil here already, because war makes money. And look where we're at right now. The presidencies are changing. Wars intimate. The freaking the stock market just crashed. That's how they're gonna do it. That's how they're gonna do it, and it's gonna hit us like they're prepping already. Like Denise said, we go to Walmart. You know what I mean? That we have, we have to accept, what I mean, whatever religion, and they're gonna put it all into one together. Christianity, Muslim, Buddha. They're just trying to make that one world. You know what I mean? I want to
Exactly.
scare people, man. I want to scare you. You guys are ready for this. You guys ain't ready.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
talk about it.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. And you know what, man? Like, also, too, I mean, think about it. They say, well, how much is it going to cost to fix if it breaks down? Well, get this. You got something that's going to work around the clock. It's not going to ever call in sick. It's not going to slip and fall. So there's insurance, medical insurance. The whole overhead thing is going to be a lot cheaper to fix the computer than it would be to take care of one employee that's suing you for whatever might have happened, or even that, any kind of harassment whatsoever. No more human interaction. And we're going into, you know what? And I'm going to bring this up because this is a little bit going into the whole AI thing. And I'll clean it up for the sake of YouTube and the respect of everybody, you know. But Japan has robotic, you know,
And their
toilet.
market just crashed.
You know?
Their market just crashed too.
Yeah, but look at these life like women that they have for lonely men. I'll say they look real. You could order them, however they're running anywhere from $10,000 to $12,000, and it's like they can talk to you whenever. It's like, I mean, you know, I don't know if anybody ever seen the movies like Ex Machina, Blade Runner, you know, that Terminator. It's all becoming real.
Terminator was a good one, bro. It
Yeah,
just
and they're all becoming real. They're all becoming. For those of you who haven't seen Blade Runner, the
yeah,
Blade
Blade Runner
Runner
is good. Yeah, well,
it's about
she's nice.
yeah, there were robots that
Yeah, robot.
only had a 4-year lifespan, and they were looking to get more life.
Yeah, more life. So they had to go after the human. It's like that old show
Yeah.
V back in the day. V, that was
Yes,
crazy. Man.
yes.
You ever watch
And you
Soylent
see-
Green, Fred?
Which one?
Soylent Green?
You know, I didn't get to it. I have it, but I have
No,
not
I
even got to
you
watch
should
it.
have watched it when you were, yeah.
Like, yeah, I'll end up checking it out. I'll end up checking
That
it
movie
out.
was from 1972. And
Okay.
it has stuff that is happening now.
No, yeah.
What's going to come. So that's pretty crazy.
No, yeah. I
You know,
mean, we go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just
touch
be
on
honest. Ed said, what kind of direction we're going. Look what just happened a couple weeks ago. They tried to assassinate Trump. If that don't say it, then hey, you know. So the Democrats are in a hurry, like, oh shoot, we couldn't do it. Now, you know what I mean? YouTube. I take that back. I say that.
Yeah.
That means there's nothing to be proud of. You know what I mean? For people to be proud that he made it for whatever.
Is the protection.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
there's a narrative going on. It's a reality, people. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
I will do this. I do have one child left in elementary, right? And I got she starts school next week. I got an email. You know, they send you like the parent packet, like with the rules, regulations, all that. There was something new added to it.
Wow.
And it was saying that going forward, they don't have to disclose certain information to you about your child.
Yes, that's
So,
what.
I'm trying to keep it light.
Hey, Gavin Newsom.
That's
Governor Newsom for you.
That hit. I don't know verbatim, word for word, but I'm definitely going to be asking, you know, what is this all about? And what am I signing before I start?
Do your research on that, just like everything else. People, you got to fact check it. Don't take everything I say. You know, I don't know what I'm saying. It's just what I believe in. Okay, so don't go out there and say, "Well, Big D said this and Big D said that." No. This is what I believe in, and this is how I feel. So we're talking about it. You know, my advice, Jen, go out there and reread that to the fullest. I don't care if you read it 100 times. Be careful before you sign something, because that's really scary.
I homeschooled my middle daughter. I homeschooled her. It was you're gonna sign something that you ain't down with.
This is concerning. Mr. Jonathan said Kamala's choice to involve one's full-term abortion.
Full term.
I don't even know what to say about that other than that is my opinion. You know, we're speaking our opinions, our feelings. That's sick. I don't know in what scenario that would be okay. If you have a full-term baby, why would you not just, if you can't have that child, something wrong with you physically, emotionally, spiritually, and it's full term already, there are people out there that would love to adopt that child and are waiting.
Well, how about this, Jen? How about this? Why don't just more adults or young adults just be, parents just be more educational, man. Teach your kids how to what safe sex all about. You just can't have kids and just like, okay, well, I'm gonna pop it out now. We could kill it. It's that easy now. It's an acceptance these days. Back in the day, it's what we're talking about. It was very debatable. That's why there's a lot of argument behind that. You know what I mean? Like, hey, we're supposed to be living. So us adults, we need to be responsible in how we, go out there and hang out and party or whatever we do. You know what I'm saying? And that's a part of what God created, love. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, a man and a woman, we come together and we do beautiful things and we create life. You know what I'm saying? That's an extension. Why would people want to eliminate that, or change the narrative?
I do realize the concern when people say, there are certain situations where it's, incestual RAP. And I get it. That is a subject where you're really going to have to come together within your own unit and decide what you're going to do and how to go about it. But a full-term baby, to me, that's just mind-blowing.
Yeah, because the totality of it, sometimes even as adults, we don't even know how to make decisions. Like you said, you know what I mean? What about if in a situation, car accident, the mom's, she's brain dead. So how's she going to make a decision? So who's going to make that decision? And most of the time it's the family, right? Because family knows better than what other people know. That the schools don't know my kid, they come home. You don't know the trauma and the abuses that are even some homes most of the time. I came from an abusive home, no father. Everybody knows it, like a lot of us, there was violations in many other houses, and I didn't get raised by the white picket fence. And even those people have problems too these days because we're all humans.
That's facts right there, because a whole lot of stuff goes on behind those white picket fences. Let me tell you, I had friends that lived like that, and I thought they had something. And before I got to know those people, God bless their heart, I was like, damn, I thought I had it bad. It's crazy,
right?
And I knew a girl that got raped and still kept the baby, and she's a beautiful little girl, man. She's beautiful. She's an angel, and it's hard, I understand that, but I mean, if you're gonna care,
it's hard because why? Because of what's happening right now. Gas prices are high. You can't raise a family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why it's hard. Now you tell the women that are divorced or separated from their husband or whether the other woman's not involved or the man's not involved, it's not like that no more. Where I could raise my kid on my own and this and like, nah, bro. Like, you need that extra hand now. You know what I'm saying? Because it's getting money wise, it's getting crazy.
It's money wise, and not only that, I think
mentally
you guys have been pointing to this all throughout this conversation, but the importance of having the father and the man in the home has been so pushed out of the norm, and we need fathers in the home. We need dads in our kids' lives. We need husbands, to wives. The family unit was created for a reason. We're supposed to be operating in a very healthy, functioning way. And
I get it. The homes, not always the homes are all perfect. Relationships are hard too, man. They're just making it harder now with this kind of narrative.
Yeah, I get it. It's not always going to work, but man, ideally, if it can work, that
when you have God in the center of your marriage, you guys, I'm telling you, man, it changes everything. Okay, I didn't always have God in my marriage, but when we did, when we turned Christian and we just gave our life to God, like, it just changed everything. It changed everything, and I do believe that God has to be the center of your marriage, and he's a big help. He's a big help.
So it says right here, the International Olympic Committee acquired the IBA and allowed both of them to box in the Olympic without testing, just going off of their passport. Sorry, that's referring back to the boxing fight we commented on. We weren't sure, or I wasn't sure, rather, the status of the one person.
Because whoever's in charge is you got to be responsible. They're responsible for it. And they put this. It was garbage. It was disrespecting to the fullest.
Oh yeah.
You're disrespecting the Christian community and you're disrespecting the Roman Catholic community. You know what I mean? And that's not what the Olympics represent. Olympics was supposed to be about sports, eh? But so they exposed themselves and they let us know how they're trying to change that narrative. With the circle, the rings, all that, man. You see all these presidents, how they were forming. It's just an exposure. So that's why, if you're really paying attention to the game, spirituality, you'll pick up the little pieces that you're like, oh, they did this, oh, they did that. And now it's just a cover up. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, now they got suspended, this, that, but they already showed their colors, eh? So you already know what they're trying to do. Because the Olympics is a worldwide thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's, it's a world event. You know what I'm saying? And so they're just trying to put the pieces together.
That once I heard that, I saw the pictures that was going on. I had no interest in even watching it because I was so turned off by it. Like I'm not gonna watch that now. And the part that bothered me even more was, and I want to be completely honest and say I did not watch it firsthand. So I'm saying that, but the videos I watched of people commentating about it and the pictures, what they did in that scene where they were walking the last couple, there was not only people I don't know their pronouns trans people, there was also a child standing there within the group, and there was also a male, and excuse my language but it's true, who allegedly has had his testicles hanging out of his costume he had on.
Yeah.
All in the same shot of that photo, and there was a child present. So I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch and endorse something like that and give it even my one measly view.
That is very true because even in the Olympics they were exposing children. That is crazy. You're right.
Yeah, no, definitely. You know what? All this stuff is like what I'm seeing now is like I'm sorry, it reminds me of Silence of the Lambs, Buffalo Bill. I mean, that's what it is now. We thought it was like, oh man, what a freak. He's doing all this stuff, but it's they're trying to make that the norm now. And if and I don't go into movies, but if you go into watch Silence of the Lambs and you watch it, the guy's a lunatic, But in 2024, that's considered normal. It changes the narrative of that film now. Who knows now? They change the narrative of that film, and guess what? Maybe Jodie Foster's the bad guy now because she went and met with Buffalo Bill. Like,
That's good.
I could act.
I mean, I'm just saying, put the lotion on the skin, it's like, what the heck? Like, it's just weird. I don't know, man. I just think it's weird, I just think it's, I think it's sick.
Bro. Your references are right on the Terminator 2.
It's all coming to life. Like, it's all, think about even technology nowadays. Back in the day, if you saw a James Bond movie, and he put out a gadget, it was like, oh, wow, now we're not even fazed by it. And we're not even fazed. Technology has gotten up so much, and it's going a lot faster. People think it's going to be in 20 years, 25, 30 years. It's coming within 5 years.
Yeah.
And it's going to be done.
Yeah.
And you know who's got it worse? The people who are far from retirement and the next generation.
Yeah.
And those of us close to retirement too as well can be like, man, it's not looking good.
No,
it's not looking good. Within the next 5 years, it's gonna be a done deal.
Yeah,
it's been prophesied. They wrote a book about it. It goes from head to tail. It tells you the beginning, the middle, the end. And it's about choices, man. Life's about choices, right?
Yeah.
You want Coke or Diet Coke? You know what I'm saying? It's just it's really not that hard, That's why being self-preserved and try to do the good things, the good will of God, and just try to be a good person, man. Those keep to your routine. Don't change it. You know what I'm saying? Because this girl's trying to really, pound on you. And they're trying to change the narrative, man. Whereas, I don't know where people seem I see in the comments, people are confused. Eh?
Yeah.
Like, no, don't be confused. Confusion's not of God. It's whether you're in or you're out. Just straight up.
Right.
And I think a lot of people right away return to a lot of people turn it into a political thing. Well, but see, it's just that no, it's happening in the world right now as we speak with everything, including politics, including everything. Politics is just another piece of that puzzle.
Yeah.
We got to look at what's really happening. Look what's happening to the films we watch now. To the films we watch now, commercials on television, everything's following a certain narrative, a certain agenda. We have to accept it.
Kardashians. Yeah, we're trying to keep up with the Kardashians. They got to get the latest iPhone 6 and iPhone
Yes.
20.
I want the latest makeup. I want the latest phone. I want the latest, line of clothing or whatever. It's not even being used no more. You can
But
even
you're
live
living
up to
broke.
it.
You're living broke. You got yourself a nice, 2024 car, but you can't even pay the rent.
You know what? You know what? Here's what I'm getting at too. And you hit it on the head, though. You know what I mean? You hit it on the head, though, bro. Because look, you know what, Big D? You hit it right on the head. Because you know what? People are no longer satisfied. Guess what? Like, look, even myself, I got a house. It's a humble home, right? Fixer upper, got it, paid for, everything. Well, you know what? Sometimes it's not good enough. Oh no, I'm entitled to want more. I need more. I need to
By
have.
what by what extent though, dog? You know what I mean?
But,
You're
but
right.
see, that's what I'm
You're
getting
right.
at, bro.
You're
You see
right.
what I mean?
Get it, Fred. You're right.
And I don't blame anybody else. I blame because people get so sucked into social media, the Kardashians and friends around them, like, oh, you know what? You need to do this and this and this and that. Well, you live into a certain standard that
Yeah.
you can never reach. You want to wear a certain brand of clothes that, in a couple of years, you're going to find it at Ross. It's
That's
not going
it.
to mean anything. You're not even living your life anymore. Talking about,
Like you
oh, I'm
said it.
living
Yeah.
life. You're not
Like you
living
said it,
life.
Fred. Look at Tupac, Eazy-E, Biggie, the millionaires, billionaires. Where they at? Though?
And you know what? And I think about that. I said, man, you know what? When I look back, I'm like, man, he was only 25. Like, wow, that's wild. You know what I mean? You think about it, that's pretty wild. He was only 25 years old. Compared to what I am now, he was a kid.
And you know
You
what?
know,
And
I
you know,
was
yeah.
for so long. It's like I
You
was
know what?
around the same age during that time.
You know what they didn't really show either. If you guys saw this, reverting back to the Olympics. Do you
Uh,
know after they did that ceremony and all that? Did you know that Paris went blackout for a whole the next day, the whole
Yeah.
night hour, and they couldn't realize like what really happened? Did you know they did the same thing in Brazil, or where was it at?
Yeah,
In
it was
Brazil, where they were worshiping the devil, and they flooded that place never in history or something like that. People were murdered and killed. You will not win against God. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I don't care what you say. And so all you people, don't be confused and know that God's beside you. Whether you believe in Him or not, He will still accept you, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. That's what the whole purpose of life is, right?
Yeah.
The pursuit of
No,
happiness.
we're all
no.
good people. We all have that love in our heart. Us right here. You know what I mean? Like and I'm sure in the chat too, but I'm speaking like
I don't know, Denise, because I don't like the Cowboys, so I really don't like you.
I'm gonna say this. Look,
But yeah,
it's hard to be nice but being that we know because we've been like this for a long time. I remember being like nice in high school. Somebody pissed me off. Yeah, you're gonna react, but our reaction got better. My reaction got better, right? As I aged. I'm sure everybody else's too, but we have to keep that love, you guys, and we have to show people that it's not always all about like, getting pissed off and turning to be a evil person. We're not evil people. We're going to continue to love and show grace and mercy. You know what I mean? Like that's what we need to do.
The big word you're looking for is the F word, the forgiveness.
Yeah.
And that's what God went to the cross for. He said, "I forgive everybody." And that's what they're trying to erase it. So they're like, I could see the chamuco already. Like, how can I say that God wasn't real? You know what I mean? He couldn't do that purpose, because love and compassion and forgiveness and all the good traits that, like you said, that we do learn upon our life. If God's willing to extend our life, we learn the purpose of our life, and a lot of us do. And we get to share that testimony, like, hey, I used to be like that. Help me out. I'm going through it. Right now, it's just like, if you're not following a domination of a religion or a belief and all that, then you're going to be on the outside looking in. That's where it's headed to.
Honestly,
Right?
don't change for nothing, you guys. Keep on, having the love of God in your heart, and
I feel like that's a good point you made, this, and it's important that we have conversations like this, and we still show love and respect to each other, even if there's disagreements. Like, hey, if someone in the chat feels completely different about someone else, we can have a conversation, and we can still walk away from this live and be cool. You know what I mean? We should be able to still respect each other. That's what I always want people to feel like. This is a safe place to come and chop it up, like respectfully. Definitely.
It's just, again, I've said it before on here as well, guys. I mean, love is an inborn reaction. How many times have you seen a child? If you see two parents arguing and a child that doesn't know much better, or I would dare say knows whole lot more. To them, it's why don't you just say you're sorry? It's that easy.
Yeah.
But like Big D said, hey, forgiveness. And I'm guilty. And yet, but we're taught to hate because somebody's at the ear. Oh yeah, hey, so and so. Even if it's not true, they will follow that agenda just to hate that person.
Right.
Which is not even cool. We live in a fake world. Everything's fake. Everybody's talking about, I want to keep it real, but a lot of them are fake. A lot of people are fake. And excuse me.
Take a drink. Take a drink.
Right. One of the things that you said, though, bro, and I agree with that. I believe that a lot of people that I've talked to and are on the same page, such as yourself and everybody in here, and other people I talk to, we're the last of a dying breed. We're the true last of a dying breed that really feel that old school way of seeing things. Things are what they are. There's no sense of entitlement like there is now. You got people who are already even pushing, mid-40s, pushing 50, feeling they're entitled to a certain agenda, because they haven't got whatever they feel because social media has consumed them.
Yeah.
So they stop living their life. They no longer even love themselves enough to take a step back and realize, wait a minute, this is, I don't deserve this life. I don't deserve this life. Well,
that's why, you know what I mean? In some sense, that bad, I'll keep at your guys' conversation. Okay. That's why that bad energy, you know what I mean? Or this and that. It's what it is that, even suicide's real. A lot of people revert to, they feel like they don't have a purpose or a destiny. They commit suicide. Like, what kind of waste is that? But see, people look at it as a body when in all reality, it's a soul. But people don't teach that. They're trying to take that narrative and that change it. That's why we're not perfect. I'm far from perfect, people. I am far from perfect. If you really get to know me, you probably see the things that you're like, oh, wow, Big D acts a different way, or he says this, but that's me, who I am. A lot of us, we got to be private in certain areas. You know what I'm saying? We can't tell everything we do, you know what I'm saying? But in some sense, hey, if you don't know me like that, or if you see something, don't judge me, don't talk about me, pray for me. You know what I mean?
Pray for me, uplift
me.
I'm not boastful.
Huh?
I love myself. You know what I mean? Like, I love myself. You got to love yourself first. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
that's what
boastful. I was like, huh?
That's what. But it starts within. You gotta love yourself first.
People gotta teach you that. You gotta be nurtured in that kind of upbringing. That's why it's important to nurture your kids, love them, tell them this and that. The Bible says, you raise up your kids in the things of God, and they'll never depart, bro. You know what I mean? My job is just to raise my daughter. You know what I mean? She knows God. If you really tell her right now, she'll be like, "Hey, Memory, who's your dad?" You know what she's gonna say? God is. She ain't gonna say me, because I taught my daughter to be like, "Hey, because one day I'm not gonna be here." And you know what I mean? So that goes to show you how invincible I am, because I am nothing. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Just straight up. You know what I mean? You're going to be with a quick barrel, and 20, 30 years after I'm dead, nobody can give a damn about me. You know what I'm saying? But it's what legacy you made. And what you do, be better than your mom, be better than your dad. Because we're just we're the prodigies of the streets and the system still. You know what I mean? I had to make my changes. And I'm, like I said, that's why I'm not far from, I'm not far from, being perfect or this. But I have a heart. You know what I'm saying? I know who my God is. I confess and I cry and I pray to God. because who else am I going to pray to? Because, Baal and all these other religions that kind of like, nah. And that's why God says, are you willing to die for me? Because that's where we're headed right now.
So, and you're right. And you know what? We could sit here and complain about it to ourselves. Like I could sit here and say, well, you know what? I should have had a mansion and a pool. And because of this, I don't deserve what I'm having right now. It's like, well, you know what? Sometimes it's the little things, not sometimes, it's always the little things. Hey,
Always, I was gonna say that.
you're in good health, you're breathing,
Yeah.
you're not exactly broke, you're not, your bills are paid.
Yep.
Uh, you have a lot more than a lot of people have. Like going back to what you mentioned too about the homeless people in LA and in San Francisco. Well, I'll put it to you like this too, though. Out here in the Salinas Valley, it's the big cities, the big known cities, and every little unknown city in between is going through the same thing. If you go to Salinas, it's just as bad.
Wow.
It's people just out there.
Because it's under who our supervision is under, our governor, our senators and all that stuff. People at the House of City Council people. That's all involvement. I don't remember talking about politics when I was growing up at all. I grew up in East Boyle Heights, right there in LA, one of the oldest cities, Chicano cities. My culture didn't teach me a damn thing. I didn't have a dad to teach me anything. So you think my grandma hardly spoke English? You think she was cared about Ronald Reagan and all that stuff? I had that opportunity and I lived through those stages. That's why it's crazy, maybe for all of us right here, because we saw the growing pains, like those old, the Family Matters, those old movies, right? Those old sitcoms, the growing pains, Family Matters. You know what I mean? All those things, and they're really transcending to where we're at now because those kind of lifestyle. We're not in the 70s, 80s, like things have really taken off now, and they're just throwing a lot of garbage now. It's just like it wasn't like the way it was back then. It was crazy, man. Just crazy.
It was a lot more simple, and again, I'm repeating myself here again because I think I've said it here too as well. If you look at movies like Karate Kid, just for example, right? His mom, he lived in an apartment complex, right? A rundown apartment complex. The girl he fell in love with or wanted as a girlfriend, she was considered rich. But in 2024, nobody wants to live like Daniel LaRusso.
Daniel LaRusso he'll be called the freaking, a violent guy or something like.
Yeah. 24. Everybody feels themselves to live like Ellie with the eye over there, in the big house and stuff. Everybody feels entitled to that. But what's the other thing too, though? Nobody wants to work for that. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to work for that. And at the rate we're going, we're not gonna have a job too with the AI stuff. So it's all going bad, man. It's all going bad.
Because they get to put whatever they want on TV now these days, so they could say what they want. That's why you got to do your research. But if you're close to God, nothing else will matter. I'll end it. That subject, if you have God in your heart, you have nothing to worry about it. That's for sure. That's 100%.
No,
for sure.
Top priority. We're gonna start wrapping it up, but let me see what we got going on here. What do you got going on this next week, Big D? You doing anything on your channel? I know you do Monday nights, you and Jilu.
Yeah, right now we took a little break from that, because I know he's been going through something, a loss in his family and all that. So shout out to Jilu, Didi, everything else. Shout out to them, man. Beautiful people. They got an event coming up. Pops is coming, I think, in the end of the month. Big old event that's taking place. So we'll be there. Other than that, just doing the 9 to 5, doing my little channel, cooking, hiking, the fun things that Big D likes to do. So you guys are welcome to my channel. Big D keeping it real. If you haven't liked or subscribe. I'm almost at 1,000, like 80 something people away. So support your man, and we do it together, man. Like I said, I have a good time with all y'all. I got my social media friends and family, and let's see what my next recording will be, live or recording or short. I did a short today. I was eating some Chinese food because I love Chinese food.
That sounds good. So I know it was dictatorship.
Cholo's right.
Yeah, we're gonna find out.
What did he say? What did that comment say?
He says, enjoy your freedoms now, people, because I'm in charge. It'll be 100% dictatorship. You can talk about
I don't know. You can tell your family that, but hey, my household like that.
Lord Cholo.
You could go over there, tell that to your crazy loca and all your family, but it ain't happening here.
Good one. Love it. Love it. All right. Fred, what about you? What do you have coming up this week?
You know what? I'm probably getting into finally doing a video. Probably tonight, tomorrow. And yeah, putting some out. You know, like I said, I didn't want to put stuff out just for the sake of putting it out. You know, it's got to really be impactful that I feel. And again, you know what? Even if um I don't focus too much on like, oh, I need to get all the views, and stuff. In
Right.
due time, somebody will come around to it and be like, hey, I just, like the whole AI thing that I talked about today, I did that a year ago on my channel, and it's got lesser views. People are sleeping on it. So in due time, it'll all come. So, but yeah, I just thought I want to do something that's going to, go, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Somewhat time to look back and be like, oh wow, he was talking about this back then,
Yeah.
Or at the end of it all, it's just if it helps somebody out, if it helps somebody get through stuff, then that's what's good for me,
Yeah.
I like
you know.
that. I agree. I agree with that. I feel the same. That's Cholo, you crack me up.
And that's good enough for me. As long as there's some,
Don't even go there, dog, because the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna judge your gender, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't go there, homie. You know what I mean?
hey, I gotta throw on my lime green suit and go hustling for some money like Suge Knight. I'll be like, shut up, Cholo.
Oh no. Denise, what do you have going on this week? Anything new going on with you?
No, I'm just ready. Hey, I'm ready for football. We got, it's gonna be a good season. And I see Flacco in the chat. Flacco is going down on Sunday. We're gonna beat the sheesh out of the Rams.
Whoa, personal there.
That's what I'm ready for.
This is where we get to good football season.
Game on. Friday, football starts Friday, no?
But I want to say something else before you should have done. I just want to say, Jen, thank you so much for having me. It was fun. I had a great time with us. Good to see you, Denise. Fred, it was nice having conversations with you.
Yeah,
This is my, like I said, my second time on here, but with the first time with y'all. And hope to do it again, man. But thank you, Jen. Appreciate you.
Oh, yeah, good having you.
Thank you so much. And we're going to go ahead and close out right there, you guys. And until next week, same time, same place, all new topics. You guys jump over there and show some love on Judu's channon. And until then.
Right. Fred goes like this, huh? Fred goes like this.
There you go. Somebody drop Big D's link to his channel if you can. If not, I'll put it in there. You guys make sure you're subscribed.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Thank you to everyone in the chat. Much love, Debbie, Darlene.
God bless.
Bitch, God bless. That's right. Cholo Trucker.
Everybody, man. Love and respect to everybody.
American Top Gunner. This is Chicana too. Everyone. Much love, guys. We will see you next week, okay? Fred?
Yeah.
Peace.